Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome back after 2 weeks. I was over in Sydney, went to the Golden Slipper at Rose Hill, which is unbelievable, and I also ventured off to Randwick last week and saw the Mighty Mare Black Caviar, which was unbelievable and even more historical now that it was her last race. It was a great experience. I'd never been to Sydney before, so I suggest next year make it a must because it's a great carnival. We've got some great racing at Randwick on Saturday. We've got, of course, the Group 1 Doncaster Mile, which is a huge race. And we also have the Australian Oaks over 2,400 metres, which also is a brilliant Group 1 race. We'll also have a look at a couple of races at Caulfield on Saturday. The meeting's not as great over there, but there's definitely some races to look at and some value to find. But let's get straight into it and we'll head off and have a look at the Randwick. Alright, the first race we'll look at is the race 2, which is the Keith Mackay Quality, 1,200 metres listed level for the fillies, 2-year-olds. I found one here and it's Average. She finds lesser quality here in this race, and I think at $3 she's good value. She obviously was second last week behind the talented Safeguard, who just beat her on the line. I think she's had a lot of good form around other good horses in the carnival, and I think at $3 this is her turn to win. Maybe if there's a danger, Scrutiny the Dali runner at $6. Last campaign she beat Romantic Moon, who had won in the carnival. So she's got a bit of form there, but I think Average is primed to win this race, and yeah, she'll be very hard to beat definitely in this race. On to race 3 now. We have the Adina Hotels Fernhill Quality at 1,600 metres listed level. This is a very tough 2-year-old race. It's hard to pick. I found 3 that I think will be in the winning trio, but it's very hard to pick a winner in these 2-year-old races at the moment. There's been a lot of upsets, but Hydro is the $4.40 favourite here by Gay Waterhouse. Yeah, he's been very consistent. His best performances have been the lower grades, the midweek races, so I don't like him at $4.40. I think he's a chance, but I like the higher odds there. I think the one to back here is Ideal Guide. He's at $6, and I think I can't split those two together. So I think at $6, he presents a better value in this race, and his last run was very good behind Champillion. And Fwerza, he was favourite in that race last start, and he finished 9th. He was very disappointing. I think it is a forgive run, but at $5, I'm not happy to take those odds. I'd be rather taking the $6 on Ideal Guide, who performed very, very well. So I think one of those 3 horses will be winning, but definitely if you want the odds, take Ideal Guide at $6. I think that's the way to go. On to race 4, we have the McGrath South Pacific Classic, listed level at 1,400 metres. My best bet of the day here, Heart Tester. He is an up-and-coming superstar. He's at $3.50 here. I think he should be a $2 favourite here. I can't see him getting beaten. He's a very talented horse, trained by the informed Chris Waller. His last run was impressive. He was blocked for a run, still finished 3rd. And I think if he gets the right run here, he's unbeatable, I think. I think if there's a danger, it's Casual Choice, who's also trained by Chris Waller. He's at $4.75. I think his last run midweek was very good. He went about 6 wide and just went straight past them, and he was very impressive. But I definitely think Heart Tester, he's my best bet of the day in Sydney, and I think he's going to be very hard to beat. So make sure you get on him. Race 6, the Japan Racing Association Plate, 2,000 metres listed level. This is a very good listed race. Your favourite here is Kalini, the Chris Waller Kalini. He's a talented horse. It's not his distance. He needs a bit longer, but he needs this to get into the Sydney Cup. So I think he's definitely the one to beat at $5. I think he's dropped down a little bit in grade here. He'll be too classy here. I think he'll win. If there's a danger, maybe Hoiloni. He's very consistent. He never runs a bad race. With the pumper on his back, he'll be fighting there in the finish, but I think Kalini just has a class factor here, and he'll be too good. If there's a bit of value, maybe Sedcom at $10. This horse last campaign was in Group 1s, competitive Group 1. He's placed in Group 1s. He's finished second behind Mosheen, who is a very, very talented horse. So I think if he can produce his best at $10, he'll be there in the finish. But I think Collini definitely has a class factor here, and he's going to be very hard to beat. On to race 7 now, the Australian Oaks at Group 1 level, 2,400 metres. This is a great race. Your favourite here is Habibi at 320, the Kiwi. She was very impressive last start, second to Norzita, which is good form. She flashed home for second. She was very impressive. I think she'll be hard to beat, but the one I like here is Dear Demi. She's a favourite of mine, but at 550, this is her distance. Obviously, she won the Oaks, the Crown Oaks last year. She beat the talented Zydeco. She was brilliant. I think she gets to 2,400 metres here. That's her pet distance. Her last start, she was knocked around. She didn't really get a run. She finished near the rear. I think that's a forgive run. I think at 2,400 metres, if she gets the right run, she's going to be extremely hard to beat. And at 550, that presents a bit of value. Another one to look at is Royal Descent at 450. She came through the Adrian Knox last week. She was very impressive. I think she's also a chance here. She is stepping up a little bit in grade here. But I think if she can improve, she's going to be right there in the finish, and she'll be on pace, and she might give something to catch here with Longport, who's at longer odds. But I think definitely Dear Demi, she's definitely the one here at 550, and I think she'll be adding another Group 1 to her resume. On to race 8 now, the Doncaster Mile at 600 metres, Group 1 level. This is an unbelievable race. We have the superstar Colt Piero. He's favourite here at 220. He is just a superstar. No colt has carried 57 kilos in a Doncaster, a 3-year-old colt. So there is a bit of history saying he can't win, but he's one of a kind. I think he'll be winning here. He's just an absolute superstar. There are a few horses that could cause an upset. You've got Ethiopia at $21. He gets 3 kilos on Piero. He did beat Piero home in the Cox Plate. So you could say he has claims to beat Piero, but he's first up here. I think at $21 he's a good trifecta chance. I don't think he can beat Piero, but there is claims. People are saying that, that Cox Plate form, Ethiopia gets 6 kilos on him, he could win, but I don't think so. Another one is Appearance, the most underrated mare in Australia. She's at $10. She's won 2 Group 1s this campaign. She never runs a bad race. She'll definitely be there in the finish. I think at $10 she's a bit at unders. I don't think she's even close to Piero. But you never know. I said that about More Joyous, and she beat More Joyous. She just continues to run well, so watch out for her. The other one is Norzita, the super filly. She's at $850. I think if there's one to upset Piero, she's the one. She's very talented, trained by the super Bart Cummins with Huey Bowman on board. She's going to be extremely hard to knock out, but I just can't go past Piero here. I think Norzita, she'll be running second, but yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be beating Piero. And the other one to look at is the super talented Shootout. They bought this horse for $10,000. He's won over $2.5 million. He just keeps surprising. He's at $13 here. I think he'll run his decent race. I don't think he can beat Piero, but he always runs an honest race. So your first fours, your trifectas here, he'll be a player in those. And just watch Piero, and this could even be Piero's last race as well. He might be retired, and I hope he keeps running because he's just a brilliant colt. But there is rumours around that he will be retiring. But just enjoy the race, and it'll be a super Doncaster as it always is. On to Caulfield now. Our first race we'll look at is race 4. It's the Vintage Photo Booth Plate, 1,100 metres. My best bet of the day here, African Pulse. He's a very talented galloper. Last start he found lesser company. He destroyed them. He was too good. He finds a better field here, but I think at 220 he's going to be too good. He's a Group 1 horse, I think. And I think this race, he'll put them away. At 210, I find that good value. If there's a danger maybe that didn't cost a lot, who's from the Clary Connors yard. He's been running in Sydney in tougher races than this, so he drops down in class. So I think he's the value at $5. I think if anything's going to beat African Pulse, he's definitely the one, but I can't go past African Pulse. I think he's a star in the making. On to race 5 now. We have the Cathwhite Memorial Handicap at 1,200 metres. There's another short favourite here, but I also like her here, and that is Elite L. She's a very talented horse. Last start at the Valley, she just destroyed the field. She won by about 3 or 4 lengths at ease. At 250, I think she's the one to get on here. The two dangers, I think, to her, maybe the Dali 2. Hazard was very good last campaign, winning 3 races in a row. She does step up in quality here, but I think Elite L is too good here. The other one is Seaside. She also steps up in grade a little bit here. I can't see her beating Elite L. Elite L will be too good here. She should lead. She should kick away at the bend, and she should say see you later. I think at 250 she'll be way too good in this race. Last race we'll be looking at Caulfield is race 6, the 7-11 Pink Ribbon Cup, 1,400 metres at listed level. This is a very good race. Your favourite here is Club Command. He's at 270. I think they're unders here. I don't think he's the best horse in the race. He does have good form around Rita Rip and these types of horses. But I think the one to back here is Centennial Park. He does have big weight here at 60 kilos, but I do think he's the best horse in the race. With Noel Callow on board, I think he'll be too good at $5. I think that represents a good bit of value. Maybe something else, Offenders, the Dali horse. He has good form over in Sydney. I think if there's one to cause an upset, it'll be him or Club Command, but I can't see anyone beating Centennial Park. He's a good horse, and I think he'll be winning here. Over to my best bets now.
Yeah.